for joining me again. Thank you all who have come over from my batch chat. Thank you all who are coming in just to see the Divas and have a chat about what's going on in the world today. Let me tell you something. I didn't plan on doing a group chat today, but there's just so much stuff going on, and some of the things that are happening are results of, not results of our group chat, but things that we had talked about in the last group chat. So I just wanted to bring the gang back, those who could make it at the last minute. I wanted to bring them all back so we can have that discussion. And so I got my Divas. Also, because some of the stuff is like, you know, touchy, like sensitive topics, and these are my besties, so I feel comfortable having these kind of conversations with them. And I didn't like want to bring anybody else in who I wasn't sure or you know about what they were going to say. You know, I just when we touch on certain subjects, I want to like have people on here that I'm pretty sure we're like-minded, even when we disagree. But I feel safe with having them here to have this conversation. So welcome to my group chat. Oh, let me welcome the peeps on Instagram. How about that? I totally forgot about that. Sorry, Instagram family. You about to get your video. I love this filter. You'll see it. Hey, Instagram family, please join me over on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram. No, it's not on Instagram. No, we're not going to do that. You'll know how it goes. Hey, Instagram family, please join me right now for a group chat. We're going to be talking about everything hot topics. We're going to get into Fallon and Simon and the bit of their mess with peach juice. We're also going to talk about Monique and the Bonnets, and we'll get into some Naomi Osaka stuff. So come on and join me over here on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook at NikkiStar TV. You can find me on Twitter at Miss NikkiStar. Love you. See you soon. Bye. Always got to get our Instagram family in there. And I'm so sorry, Instagram family. I normally do this before, but we're here now. We're here now. Let me tell you something. I am a different person with lashes. I got to get back into that lash life. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh, shoot. I got lipstick on my teeth. Anyway, it's up there. It's up there, Instagram family. Join me. Join me. Let me get the lipstick off my teeth. While I'm getting lipstick off my teeth, what are you guys up to? TLC said, yay, I'm SpongeBob ready. See y'all stars in 10. I love this Becca lipstick, but my God, today, does it stain the teeth? Oh, Denard is here from the other live. Thank you, guys. What's up, Bria? Yes, come on, Shonda, let them know. Oh, this lipstick is on here hard. Hold on one second. I didn't know it was like that. Bria! Why you acting like a... There we go. My grandmother told me that when I start wearing lipstick to do the like finger thing in your mouth and pull out, I'm not going to do it on camera because this is a Christian network. But she's right. It works every time. And every time I don't do it, lipstick is all over me. Thank you, Shonda. Follow your girl on Instagram. D. Anthony, what is that about? We're not lusted over my friends this time, y'all. Oh, no, El Boogie. I have not tried it. Should I? If you think I should, I will definitely try it. Miss Gigi said, just pause the circle. Nikki is live, honey. We live. Yes, Connie, you finally caught a group chat live. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Vicky DC is here. Wait, did I catch it? Vicky DC is here. We're going to have a good time. Vicky DC gets in these comments. Oh, Tracy, let me share with you the link for whoever, you know, if any of you guys want to join. When we get into the chat section, here is the link. And I'm going to share it with Tracy. If Tracy is in the building, I'll also share it with you, Shonda, for people who want to join. There it is. All right. Tracy got the link. And I'll share it with you, Shonda, after we get into it. But we're going to have a good time. Oh, really? Oh no. Nas V said right now, both you and Evelyn from the internet are doing a YouTube live talking about Monique's bonnet advice warning. Black women have thoughts on the topic and I love it. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I'm glad that that's happening because listen, Monique set the internet ablaze with that. So we have to talk about it. And a lot of you know, I did my video and the backlash was strong. It is what it is. Which is another reason why I wanted to talk about it today on group chat, because, you know, I'm just one person, right? I have my lived experiences and I have my own ideas of what I think and how I think and how I feel. So it will be fine to hear another perspective, right? It'll be fine to hear another perspective. I'm fine with my friends because we can agree to disagree. But I just felt like this is such a touchy subject and people are still like talking about it, that we need to have like a forum, which is why I also wanted to share with you guys if you wanted to have something to say about it as well. Okay, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try Naima Tane, guys, because you all are really going up for it. Wow, I love that. I love that you guys are supporting her like that. I think it's Mamie. I hope I'm saying your name right, Mamie. Thank you for finally catching the live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Poor Shekula, we're just getting started. Oh, it's the bonnet warriors, poor Shekula. It's the bonnet warriors I was telling y'all about. Yep. The bonnet backlash. It happens. It's fine. Like, I'm not going to say everything that I say is not going to be something that everybody agrees with. So, you know, it comes with the territory. It comes with the territory when you talk about things like this. Shonda, I just want to make sure. Hold on. There it is. Shonda, I sent you the link. I sent you the link, Mama. Let me know when you get it. So after the discussion, if you could just put that link in there so everybody could jump in if they want, if you guys want to. I was just saying you guys might have a thought, and for a lot of times, I'm going to be conversating back with my peeps. I probably won't catch your comment. So if you feel so inclined and so strongly about something, hop on in and we'll chat. Thank you, family. All right, let me bring in the gang. I'm excited. Let me bring in the gang. So I'm going to save this person for last. I'm going to bring up my bro, my twin. Yeah, y'all know about my bestie and my writing partner, Preston. I told you we all have the same mind. I don't know if you can see it in the last group chat, but you know, it is what it is. We're twins. That's what we call ourselves because we think the same every damn time. It's weird, but I love him. But I'm glad that I was able to, meet him when I did because he's just been such a blessing to my life, and I love and value his opinion. So I had to have him back here today to talk about what we're going to get into. So Preston, come on in and say hi to the people. Say hi to the people.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? I'm so excited to be doing this again. I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about everything that's been going on.
Oh, thank you, Press. Thank you for being here. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I do this every intro, and I forgot to do it. Hey!
Come on.
Oh, Preston, I'm sorry, this wasn't for you, but I do this in every intro, and I forgot to do it. Happy Pride, family!
Happy Pride, everybody. Happy Pride.
To all who celebrate, to all who can, and to all who probably cannot because the world is ignorant, but we love you, and we hope that you are having a great time celebrating in any way that you can. Please celebrate safely. Wear your masks, do your sanitizers. There are new variants coming out, and I want you guys to be safe while you celebrate. So happy Pride, y'all. Love y'all. All right. Next up is my lovely bestie, Katie. I told you guys, you probably watched our coverage of the wedding of Princess Meghan from the House of Crenshaw and her husband, Prince Harry. Her husband, Harry. We had a great time there. A lot of you are still commenting on that video today. You're always saying you guys should do something together. So we're back. Katie, also, I value her opinion as well. And I trust her opinion. And I definitely want to have her here to talk about some of, the topics that we're going to talk about today, because I think she has a lot of important things to say. And I value her opinion, like I said before, and I think that you guys are going to benefit from her, just some of the things that she speaks about as well. So, hey, Katie, come on in and say hi to the gang.
Hello, everyone. Hi. You were talking about lashes before, and I cannot live without my fake lashes.
Well, you were the reason why I got my lashes. I hated them then. You were the reason. Let me tell you something. Katie, when Katie first got her lashes, like, you could not tell her anything. She was talking with them things. Like, you say, hey, Katie, hello.
Yeah.
Hi. And I was like, what's going on? She looked great, but it was just like, as soon as she got them, it was like, I'm all about the lashes. And because of her, I got my lashes, but it just wasn't the best experience, but I look great in them. I really, really do, but it just wasn't for me.
I know, and they're not perfect today, so I'm like hiding behind my glasses.
Oh, you look great, darling.
Thank you.
Yeah. So last, it was certainly not the least. The reason why I say this person for last is because, guys, you're still commenting on our last group chat. And everybody's like, yes, Zaraya. Yes, I totally agree with Zaraya. So I said, oh, well, I got to have Zaraya back because you guys really went up for her. And I totally understand why. She is an amazing person, very honest about her opinion, and very knowledgeable. So I knew that she would have a lot of great things to say here. She's also my bestie, and I'm so glad to introduce yet again you all to Zaraya. Hey, fam.
Hi, fam. Hi, bestie.
She's ready to read too. She's ready.
What are we talking about?
In her stance. Hey guys, Lifestyle with Abby said, oh, we're already getting into Monique. Let me put this here. Lifestyle with Abby said somebody can inappropriately conduct themselves while fully. Was that me?
No, it was me. I'm sorry.
Someone can inappropriately conduct themselves while fully clothed. Monique's perspective is about first impressions. If you have self-respect, why dress in a manner that appears that you don't? We're going to hold that, but I do want to come back to that, Lifestyle with Abby. So I'm going to make sure I come back to that because I do agree. I do agree with that as well. I had a difference of opinion in my other video, but because the video that I did was minding your business is saying out of my bonnet. I did that because of the way it was being talked about. And so I came from one perspective, which is a perspective that I still hold. However, I do want to hear a difference in opinion. Let me take off our banner so we can grow a little bit here. There we go. There we go, family. There we go. All right, guys, we are going to get into it. Shonda has the link. She's going to put it in here after we have our discussion. So the first topic that we are going to talk about is, yet again, our girl, Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka, last time we did our group chat, we talked about how Naomi Osaka was saying that she will not speak to the press anymore because it was just taking a toll on her mental health. There was a lot of backlash from that. And because of that, Naomi has quit has left the French Open over mental health issues. This article was posted yesterday by I hope I'm pronouncing it right, the CSET Daily. Japanese tennis player Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from the French Open after a row over her refusal to speak to the media. In her tweet announcing the decision, she also revealed that she suffered from long bouts of depression since winning her first Grand Slam in 2018. The four-time Grand Slam champion said that last week that she would not do press conferences at the tournament to protect her mental health. I've often felt that people have no regard for athletes' mental health, and this rings very true. On Sunday, Osaka was fined $15,000 for not attending the post-match press conference. She was also threatened by the Grand Slam organizers of expulsion if she continued to boycott the press. She announced her decision to quit the tournament following this. I'm actually going to the tweet that she wrote about leaving. Hey, everyone. This isn't a situation I ever imagined or intended when I posted a few days ago. I think now the best thing for the tournament, the other players, and my well-being is that I withdraw so that everyone can get back to focusing on tennis going on in Paris. I never wanted to be a distraction, and I accept that my timing was not ideal and my message could have been clearer. More importantly, I would never trivialize mental health or use the term lightly. The truth is that I have suffered long bouts of depression since the US Open in 2018, and I have already had a hard time coping with that. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm introverted, and anyone that has seen me at the tournaments will notice that I'm often wearing headphones, as that helps dull out my social anxiety. Though the tennis press has always been kind to me, and I want to apologize especially to all of the cool journalists who I may have hurt. I am not a natural public speaker and get huge waves of anxiety before I speak to the world media. I get really nervous, and I find it stressful to always try to engage and give you the best answers that I can. So here in Paris, I was already feeling vulnerable and anxious, so I thought it was better to exercise self-care and skip the press conferences. I announced it preemptively because I do feel like the rules are quite outdated in parts, and I wanted to highlight that. I wrote privately to the tournament, apologizing and saying that I would be more than happy to speak with them after the tournament, as the slams are intense. I'm going to take some time away from the court now, but when the time is right, I really want to work with the tour to discuss ways we can make things better for players, press, and fans. Anyways, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Love you guys, and I'll see you when I see you. So my thoughts on that is I'm very proud of her. I'm also happy that she's in a financial place to just walk away from a work obligation. I also think it's extremely upsetting for someone who also hugely financially contributes to the French Open to have to sacrifice so much to prioritize their mental health. If this is somebody who brings a lot of media and attention and brands to your tournament because of her name that is associated with it, because of her skill as an athlete, wouldn't you want to make sure that she's in the best shape that she can be to continue to perform, to continue to go viral, to continue to make people want to come and watch her? I think the French Open or all of these tournaments think that it's about the tournament. People are coming to see their favorite players play. People are coming to see an intense game. You are nothing without the players. So why wouldn't you prioritize her mental health? It's sad that she had to make this decision, but I hope that with the decision that she makes, that there will be changes for the other players. Sometimes you got to make the hard decision. Sometimes you got to make the or take the road less traveled to make a huge difference. This is giving me Colin Kaepernick. What do you think, Press?
You said what I was going to say. I hope that this brings change for the players in the future, because right now she has to sacrifice herself. I mean, luckily she's financially able to do that, but right now she has to sacrifice herself to make changes that that she said are once again like outdated. She shouldn't have to sacrifice her mental illness, and I said this last week, to appease these people. You don't want to be asked a whole bunch of questions before you have to go to work. A whole bunch of questions that will disturb your mental, your strategy, everything that might be going on for that, that amount of time that you have to work. You don't want anything to affect your mental before you have to work, or even after you have to work. So I think this is a great step towards change in old policies that existed. And we can take a look back, and now that we're into this whole thing of mental health and we're finally talking about it and we're finally saying, hey, we need to do something about it. I'm glad she's taking that stance and saying, I'm going to take this stance. I'm going to stop doing what I love because you aren't going to control me. You're not going to tell me that I have to do this thing. And I think it's admirable, and I'm very impressed by her. It's great. Like I think it's going to be a definite change. There has to be at this point, not right away like everything else, but I'm so happy that she's taking a stance on this.
Yeah. Ray or Katie, whoever wants to jump in.
I can top in right quick. Somebody said it. They said that like somebody in the comments said that this made them like her even more. And like I was already a Naomi stan, right? And this really did make me love her even more. Even like when she said that she was gonna, like, you know what, I'm not doing this press conference. I can afford to pay this fine. I'm gonna go ahead and pay these fines because, if you're telling me that I want to play, and if this is a part of like what I have to do, I am not in a place to do that. I still want to play. I'm not in a place to do that. So I'll take, whatever you want to charge me for that so I can keep playing. And now, like, then they bugged out. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go home. I really respect that shit. Like, why subject yourself to torture? Literally. Like when someone is, I suffer from anxiety. I'm super anxious, right? And when my anxiety kicks up, I need to be able to remove myself from my freaking sanity. You know what I mean? And to your point, Nikki, she is blessed to be able to walk away from a work obligation, but she's also blessed in her upbringing and her level of comfort with being able to say that, stand up for herself. And for her to be so young and just so bam, I'm just like, I love this girl. I'm so proud of her. I know we all said this, but I'm so proud of her. I'm so glad she did it. And I very much, I respect her. I respect, Venus, Jesus Lord. Do you hear how Venus read that?
Yes.
She said, I mean, y'all can say whatever y'all want. I know that you cannot play. None of y'all can play better than me now, and you never will. So y'all can, ask me whatever you want. Same thing. Baby girl could have said the same thing, but it's like, we shouldn't have to do that. Yeah. It's like, you should be respectful, period.
But also with Venus, she's at least close to about 20 years or so older.
Just under 20 years, yeah. Venus is 40, I think, and Naomi's 24.
Yeah, so she's been in this for a very long time.
Yes.
So she's also had to deal with the press, asking
as a Black woman. Mm-hmm.
Yes, as a Black woman, asking very intrusive and ignorant things, and not just intrusive or ignorant things, but a lot of times right after they come off of a match, they have they asking them, oh, why did you lose? Or do you think you'll do better? I just brought up this Vice article, and they were in this article. It talks about some of the things that were asked of Osaka right while, as soon as she gets off
coming off the court. Mm-hmm.
And this one of the things that was said to her by one of the press when she had wore her George Floyd vest, they said to her, we can't wait for the next mask. And he said the Australian Renee Sabab said that she has been trying to guess, the reporter said she has been trying to guess what name is going to be on the mask every single day. And
like it's a game.
Yeah, and can't wait for the next mask. Osaka took the comment calmly. Those stubs received widespread criticism on social media. And she tweeted that we can't wait for, and then Darren Rovell, a sports business reporter at the Action Network, tweeted, "We can't wait for the next name of a murdered person you put on your mask." I mean, I don't think any person in the world had that thought. I just guessed that I was wrong. And these are the things that are being asked of her while as soon as she gets off from playing a tournament, and also dealing with, as a Black person, dealing with the slaughter of another Black person on TV and how it's being trivialized and people are trying to profit from it. But, also dealing with that and playing, and then to get off of your tournament after playing, after dealing with you already deal with socially as a Black person, to hear some reporter say to you, "Oh, we can't wait for the next mask.
Right.
Can't wait to see what the next name is going to be on your face." And she's just like, that's the problem.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm trying to show you. Like,
Yes.
That is the problem. And she's also been asked about her identity. Some people are saying, why are you playing for Japan and not Haiti? And it's always things that don't really have
nothing to do with the game. Nothing to do with the game.
She's always asking.
Ask me about my serve. Ask me about my backhand. Ask me about, you know what I mean?
Not about her
identity.
Like, come on, man. Why she's wearing a mask of a person who was the name of the
when she was wearing the masks. Didn't mean to cut you off, Nick.
No, go ahead.
When she was wearing the masks, like, that was definitely to make a statement. Was very proud of her when she was doing that too. I'm like, this young woman is using her platform very wisely, and she's expressing herself, and I'm like, I'm here, I'm so here for it. So that was a part of it, to get them to start talking. And if you ask about it, the press knew what the hell, like, they knew what it was, right? They knew why she was wearing the masks, like the name, they knew who they were. So instead of like, oh, we can't wait for the next name, like, this is not a game. This is also not like a fashion statement. Like, if you're going to say, okay, you're wearing this mask today, what are your thoughts on, like, if you're going to ask about, something, ask something that makes some damn sense.
Right.
And can actually, like, bring conversation, like, give you some talking points and shit to publish. And was it a question or a comment? Like, what name are you going to wear tomorrow? Or just like, we can't wait to see the next one.
Yeah, she did that. That's what it was. It was just a comment. We can't wait to see what the next name.
What do they say to, like, or what did they say? I couldn't even tell you the name of somebody else who's playing tennis right now that ain't Naomi, Coco, or Venus. So what do they say to the Martinas of the world? What are the questions that they ask them?
They probably
and I thought about, I'm like, should we
Venus or Naomi?
That is very true. That is very true. Whenever one of the Williams sisters are in a tournament, or now Naomi and even Coco, and somebody else said it in here. I think it was Queen. I ain't even gonna try to Queen. FRIJ.
Okay, we got it right.
You said it's because she's a Black woman. I mean, that's who I've named right now, right? Like, when any of them are in the tournament, they are the topic of conversation at every press conference.
It's about the sport with them.
I just can't. I can't. I'm done.
What are your thoughts, Katie? Zaray is checked out.
I mean, honestly, I everything you guys said, but the fact that it's not about tennis for this girl, and that these interviews can't be about tennis, and that she can't just go play. Mental health, we were talking about this last week, is a huge thing for me. And it's something that people ignore. And that she has to deal with this is just, I'm so proud of what she's done. And going back to, why aren't we talking? She should be talking about her serve and how the game was. And now everybody's just made it so uncomfortable for somebody who's already said, please don't make this uncomfortable for me. I'll do it. I'll try. Yeah. And they just kept on going after her. And I'm really proud that she did that. I know we said that, she has enough money to not do it, you know, but even so, I feel like even if she didn't, I feel like she still would have done it because she's making a stand and saying, don't do this to people like me and don't do this to me, you know? So I'm really proud of her.
It does. Like I said before, it's very reminiscent of what Colin Kaepernick did. Like he's probably never going to play in the NFL again, but there have been major changes because of his stance.
100%
changes. And I think, I don't know if Naomi's going to quit playing tennis forever. But I think that, you know, she's out there now, and I think she's going to continue to make great changes, just like her predecessors, Venus and Serena. Tisa, I believe, Tisa Lee said the French Open has also had a problem with Serena.
Was that when she wore the cat suit? So there was like 1 year she had a cat suit, and I think she was planning to wear the off-white cat suit because she had a deal with them, and they off-white Nike cat suit, and they didn't want her to wear because it would be a distraction for everybody else. That ain't my damn problem. That's not my problem.
But also she was wearing they were compression tights. She was dealing with blood clots after giving birth to her.
So it was for her health. And
yes, and it was for her health.
That's what it was. Right.
After giving birth. After
having her baby.
And they had an issue with her. Like,
after having her baby.
Come on, it's not
a tumultuous pregnancy and like birth and whatnot. So she needed that.
It's just ridiculous. You know exactly what started that.
Yeah. it's very unfortunate, but I think that Naomi has a lot more support than the French Open thought.
They didn't realize, they didn't know. I don't know how did they miss that? How did they miss it?
A lot of these organizations are very old and outdated. They're not really up on what's happening today. So the Calm app, they just offered to pay the fines for all of the tennis players skipping press after Naomi Osaka withdraws from the French Open. In this report, it says, on Wednesday, the Calm app, company behind the popular meditation and mindfulness app, which I love, announced that they will pay the fine of any player who plans on opting out of media appearance for mental health reasons during the 2021 Grand Slam. The company will also match the fine with a $15,000 donation to the French youth sports charities. In addition, Calm is donating $15,000 to the organization in support of Osaka's decision to prioritize her mental health, and they announced this on their Twitter. When people start speaking out, companies start speaking out and putting money where their mouth is, there's going to be a change. So she's doing
that's what I'm going to say. Yeah, like once they realize that they're going to start losing money off of this, it's going to be a change because it's still going to all be about the money.
They're losing money with her not being there. I don't understand why they pressed her. I will tell you this, and now this was losing some money. So years ago, I was going to the U.S. Open with my aunt is obsessed with tennis. So I have been to a few of the slams. I went to Wimbledon, which was that was amazing. But we went to the Open and Serena was playing, but Serena didn't make it to past the quarterfinals. She didn't make it to the semi or the finals, obviously, if she didn't make it past the quarter. But my aunt has tickets for the whole thing. Every Black person felt like that was staying at that main hotel for the US Open was so laissez-faire at breakfast, just like, I don't think I'm going to the courts today. Like, Serena's not playing, so I'm not going out there. Like, I'm trying to sell my ticket because Serena's not playing, so I'm not going. Like, all the aunties, including mine and myself, I was a young auntie at the time, still but it's like, do you want to go out today? Like, I don't really want to go out there today. Like, people just didn't go. It's like, so the same thing is going to happen with Naomi. When Serena is not in the tournament, the ticket sales are down. Like, seriously, straight up and down. And the same thing is going to start happening here. And to y'all's point, okay, so let's fucking make a change because you are really putting your stars through the ringer for what? And for the
media, who was only there to cover stars.
It's a mess.
That's why they're there. They're there to cover stars. So if you have no stars, who is the media going to cover? I think there just needs to be an overall change, and the relationship needs to be not only repaired, healed, or whatever, but there needs to be boundaries and there needs to be a respect there, because if no stars are there, then there's no media. So then what's the point of all of this? Why are we finding people now if, both parties are not going to be able to work together and they actually need each other? So the stars need the media to get their name out there. This helps them outside of the game with brands and all of those things. Word of mouth can only go so far, right? But the media needs the stars, because who the hell is going to want to hear about a tennis match if there's no stars there? That's just how it is, right? We love the sport, we love the games and all of those things. We especially love when people play well, but there's also stars, and those stars sell newspapers. Those stars sell magazines. So I think that there just needs to be work done. I think they both need each other. The media and the athletes need each other, but there needs to be some kind of respect. A lot of times the media is just disrespectful, and they're asking things to get a reaction, not because they want to know. And the players who have already known that are starting to take a stance and saying, this is not okay. This is not okay behavior for me to endure when I'm at work. Any other job, it will be okay. Why isn't it okay for athletes? It's unfair. Let me get some viewer questions. Okay. Pseudo Chic said, but she might have felt that she could do it, but once she was out there, her mental health could have gotten worse. That's in response to people saying, why didn't she do this before she attended the tournament? I agree.
I think there's a level. Especially when you're dealing with mental health, and it's like, I can take this. I can't do this anymore, and I think that that's how you have to look at it. It is an illness at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
And she probably just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
She's not the first person to leave a tournament either.
No.
So
I could Google it. I don't know who, but
but she's also one of the most popular people right now that everybody's talking about. So, everybody's going to have an opinion about that for probably attention or whatever, or, to probably gain some kind of traction towards her, to actually have that conversation with her because they believe differing opinions. And that's fine. But for me, when somebody starts talking about their mental health and making huge changes in their life, we need to listen. Yep. We need to listen, because this is not only her job, this is something that she actually loves to do. So for her to walk away from that, this is really serious, and people need to listen, because a lot of times nobody listens until it's too late. Then you wish you would have listened. And the way she was writing, I was just like, I'm glad that she is mature enough to take that stance for her mental health. But there are some people who will play through it and then have some kind of breakdown or do some kind of self-harm. And then all of a sudden it's sensationalized. But it's just like, this person was crying out from the beginning. This person was already breaking down in press conferences and crying, and, you're sensationalizing that, calling them spoiled and saying they're not deserving, or they're, snapping out at judges or whatever. But it's like, if this person's behavior has drastically changed from what you know to be normal, and they have made some comments about their mental health, let her take a break. If she is a star, right, and she plays well and she brings a lot of media attention, if she's saying, I can't play or I can't do the press right now, not forever. She didn't say forever. She said right now, we need to listen. The press needed to listen. So they lost a huge star, and they're not going to lose all of their money. They're going to lose a lot of their money, and they're going to lose a lot of their press, because who are they going to cover? Because they're not going to do all that with Venus Williams. They tried that with her, and she said, I take it in stride, because none of y'all can play better than me, period. What's next?
And never will is the part that I loved about it. And never will.
Yep.
And we all know that shit is true.
Yeah. Yep.
As do they.
And so they can't get the reaction that they want out of her, because the reaction from Venus is them being owned by Venus. So they're not going to share that, right? But you want to share players breaking down or crying or saying something negative about another player. You don't want to share nothing about the game. So now athletes are hip to it. And I think Naomi is going to bring about a change that is definitely needed. So I'm going to get one more.
There's a lot going on in these comments.
Right? I can't even read them fast enough, so I'm just picking people. I'm sorry. What's up, Slim Jim Longfoot? Slim Jim Longfoot said the Williams sisters' time is almost done. Tiger's era is over. Those two sports benefited greatly due to our influence. I absolutely agree. Thank you, Slim Jim Longfoot. What a name. What a name. Let's move on to our next subject. Oh, this is a good one. I don't hope we're on the same page, but Swizz Beatz and Timberland just had a versus, and during the versus, Timberland had a lot of hit songs with Justin Timberlake, and he played them throughout the verses because that's what a versus is, right? If you don't know what a versus is, it's basically Instagram concert that was birthed out of the pandemic because people couldn't go to concerts anymore. So Swizz Beatz and Timberland brought up the idea that we'll just have two artists battle it out with their music and everybody can join in and watch. And it just turned into a huge internet concert. So during the verses with Timberland and Swizz Beatz had, it appeared that he had a problem with Timberland playing all of these songs with Justin Timberlake in it. So during Sunday's May 30th event at the Miami club Live, Swizz took aim at Justin Timberlake as Timberland started to play songs he created with the former NSYNC band member. Swizz says, until you can get Justin Timberlake on verses, I don't really want to hear those vocals. Swizz yelled out during the playing of Jay-Z's 2013 single, Holy Grail, featuring Timberlake. Swizz had more choice words for the cabaret shady singer later that night as Timberland continued to pull from his Timberlake Rolodex. He got to admit that he loves Black culture and he got to be on this stage, Swizz continued before inviting Timberlake for a matchup. You took from Black culture, come to verses and be part of Black culture. The topic of Timberlake being a part of the social media birth musical competition drew harsh criticism from Grammy Award-winning rapper Drake that suggested he liked the singer to go head-to-head with Usher. Many expressed that verses should only feature Black artists, while others doubted Timberlake whether the lead singer had enough hits to go up against the Let It Burn crooner. The following day, Swizz took to Instagram Live, where he clarified his statement after social media users began buzzing about a potential feud between him and the pop star. While talking to Timberland in a clip captured by Hip Hop More, Swizz expressed that he held no ill will towards the star and that he was just having fun. That seemingly went a little bit overboard. Timberland also spoke to Swizz, telling him he went too hard on Timberlake. And then Swizz says, you heard how those songs were sounding on that stage, you and JT. It was like JT was in the building. I was like, man, you know, it's hip hop. And I was just having fun. I don't got no problem with JT. Don't got no problem with no one. It's called verses. You know what we do on our thing. Swizz shouted. JT is the dude who comes to the cookout, but don't even bring a side drink or nothing. He's a culture freeloader. No thanks. He be clout chasing off of Black people for too many years. Bye. Thoughts? I will. Okay, y'all get your thoughts together. I will give my initial thoughts. I think that Swizz was drunk. I think that he was under some kind of influence,
Absolutely.
so he was just chilling and speaking. I also think that this is a move to get Justin Timberlake on verses. Yeah. I think that, you know, he is very good friends with Timberland. They have made a lot of money together. Timberland has been trying very hard to get him on verses, but the people who made verses popular does not want him on there because, you know, a lot of the community, the Black community, but you know, just a lot of fans in general are still really upset about how he treated Janet Jackson back in the day during the Super Bowl fiasco, where he put the blame on her. And a lot of people are still not fans of him since that Britney Spears documentary came out. And it was, you know, they talked about how terrible he was to her as well. So people are not just ready to get over that and allow him to grace the versus stage. I think this was a ploy by his friends to make the audience that built Versus accept him into the fold, and it just did not go over well. Also, Swizz was under the influence, so he was going on script.
He was 6 feet under the damn influence.
At times it sounded like he wanted Justin to come on, and then other times it sounded like he wanted to
read.
him.
I was like, does he want him to come on? And then you get to the end, and it was just like, no. It's like, wait.
Do you want to bring him on a Versus to share his music, or do you want to bring him on Versus to beat him up? I'm confused.
Right.
I'm confused. What are y'all thoughts?
Wait, what did he say about comparing Justin to somebody coming to a barbecue? What did he say that I was like cracking up?
He said that he comes to the cookout, but he don't bring nothing. He's a freeloader.
He's a culture freeloader. I have never heard of that before.
Wait, hold on. Let me get it.
That was good.
I'm sorry.
The exact quote. JT is the dude that comes to the cookout, but don't ever bring a side drink or nothing. He's a culture freeloader. No thanks. He's been clout chasing off of black people for too many years. Bye.
Why must you do it with that bye?
Every single time.
Why?
Come on, Tara Hansen.
Go ahead.
First of all, no. Like, no. We need to keep Versus Black. Like, can we please just have something? Like, you all up in the music. You don't have to be like all up in this mix as well. That's unnecessary. It needs to stay where it's at. I actually don't even like that it's now like that was a concert. I don't like that anymore. It's like now it's just concerts. That's weird. Also,
oh wait, hold on. I just want to clarify.
Sure.
The bye comment was actually from a person who wrote that under the comments of the Verses.
Okay.
So Swizz didn't do the bye. Okay. That was somebody.
It would have been better if it was him.
It would have been much better.
So good.
And if he did this. Oh God. Go ahead. I'm sorry, whoever I cut off.
Damn, Nikki, you weren't listening.
I'm sorry.
So I mean, like, first of all, no, keep Versus Black. I'm there. But then also against Usher, like, does everybody remember like when Usher came out and like how many albums Usher has and like how many hits? Like, I know that people have been saying, I've seen on the in the Twitterverse about Janet, and people was like, who could Janet go up against? First of all, no, let's just have a Janet concert. But it's like Janet can mop the floor with anybody without leaving one single decade. Like in the 80s, she could mop somebody. In the 90s, she could mop somebody. In the 2000s, she could mop somebody. Just in a single decade. I feel like Usher could do the same thing. Usher has been here for a long time. Usher has been popping, and he's an amazing musician. He's an amazing entertainer. Let me back that up. Did you just see? I don't even know what award show it was. I know we talked about it last week. It may have been the one that we didn't know about. Billboard. Is that what that one was?
Yeah, it's the one nobody watched.
Right. But I did see something on, I think I saw it on Instagram of his open. Like,
yes.
I was like, yeah, and Usher is like, couple years my senior, fucking it up. I was like, this is the Usher I remember from like the Caught Up video when Caught Up came out. So there isn't even anybody that it was the iHeartRadio. Thanks, Lauren. Ain't nobody that I guess I don't know. Ain't nobody that he can go up against, but he also just don't need to be there. Like, this is a cookout that you're not invited to, and that is all right. You know why? We're at the cookout in the yard, right? Y'all got the forest. Go to the fucking forest. Leave us over here. Let us have our stuff.
Well, he did have an album, Man of the Woods.
Okay, right. So go on.
Nikki.
Well, that's why I thought that's why I swear that's why I thought Zaraya said that.
That's why I had to say that, because when Zaraya said that, Katie's eyebrows went up.
Yeah, that is quick. It's good. You go to the woods.
So yeah, leave us alone. Leave us alone, freeloader. I am so using that culture freeloader. That's amazing. Okay, and then bye. All right.
It's y'all know I actually have mixed feelings about it. But you know what I do think? I do think that Swizz wants him on there, and everything's always about a crossover.
Yeah.
So if he has him on there, it's going to be a crossover. There's going to be more people to watch. There's going to be more money to be made. So I think it's definitely a ploy, and also he was drunk. But I think it's definitely a ploy to get him on there. and to now have this crossover, and now it's as soon as Justin gets on there, then other people are going to get on there. He's going to have Madonna, he's going to have Justin Bieber, then it's going to be it's going to be more and more people on there. But we all went to high school together. We don't have to talk about how many years ago that was, but we all went to high school together, and we were all into Justin Timberlake. We were all into NSYNC. We were all into it back in the day. I still haven't forgiven Justin for the Janet thing, but I do listen to some of his music, not his latest music, but the music that he had before. His first album. His first album was fire. Like, it just was.
Oh yeah,
but that's fine. I ain't taking nothing away from the music. You just play it in the woods.
Right, I'm sorry, it's too good. Here we go.
No, you're right.
Man of the woods,
right there, go to the woods.
I've never even heard of this album. I didn't know.
I remember it was it like his country? He's trying to I think he was pulling the Miley. Yeah. It's like I made all my money off the black culture, so now let me shit on it and go over here, and it didn't pick up because he left the white folks too quick, too early.
He was pulling a Pink. Let's talk about it. Let's be real.
Oh, okay, bring Alicia into it.
No, we're not dragging Alicia from the outskirts of Philly. What we're saying is that she came out and she said that L.A. Reid put that image on her. That was not who she was. She was a rock star, but the label wanted to make her this. I think that's the same thing with Justin Timberlake. I think that he sang a certain way, and the powers that be at wherever he was signed said, well, this is how you were going to sing. I think Man of the Woods was always in him, but he was just not able to do that because when you signed a deal, they also signed an image to you
because he was
popular.
My bad. Because the NSYNC Justin was different from the solo Justin, right? 100%. Completely different person.
You could see from the end he was going towards what he would have been for his solo career.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. But I'm good.
I got mixed feelings, to be honest with you.
Hold on, Press. Before you go on, I just have to acknowledge my super chats. Thank you so much, Toya.
Thank you, Toya.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Press.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I'm torn as to whether I don't think it definitely shouldn't be Justin Timberlake and Usher. I just don't see that. No, Usher has been out for so long. Justin Timberlake hasn't been out as long as Usher, especially not as a solo artist. So I don't see that mashing at all. But I'm torn. I know people aren't gonna like my answer, but I'm torn whether he should be on there or not.
If you think he should be on there, who's his peer?
If he should be on there, nope, he hasn't been out long enough either.
Aaron Carter, that's his peer. Aaron Carter.
Oh, not Aaron Carter, really?
Not even there.
He had some bops.
Nikki, name one.
No.
He doesn't know.
Is that
a house party song. She had a house party song.
No.
That's getting jiggy with it, Nikki.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna find that song.
So somebody in the comments said something I wanted to call out. Hold on, let me see. Damn.
So someone in the comments said that it should be Chris Brown, and I was thinking Chris Brown when I said no, it can't be him.
Chris Brown, him too. Shit.
But it couldn't be Chris Brown because they're not from the same era.
Oh, same. No, they're not. You're right. You're right. 30 minutes. L Boogie said, and it brings it back to what Nikki said. L Boogie said Justin was on Star Search singing country. Justin was a kid.
He's from
so
Tennessee.
If that he got pinked.
Mm-hmm.
Both times.
Yep.
He got pinked.
Pinked.
I'm coming out of this with some new slang.
He got pinked.
He got pinked.
And cultured freeloader.
Culture. Listen, as somebody who used to date Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
In my mind.
Go on mute. Okay.
In my mind. I'm not torn. He don't need to be on Versus, right? He does not need to be on Versus because here's why, and this is my issue with it. If Versus started out differently, I would be fine. But I have a problem with companies, artists, black artists or whatever, but specifically black artists or black creators who build a platform with black dollars, black consumers, black advertisement. Everything is us, right? We build it, we tweet about it, we go on our social media, we share it. We even signed our parents up for Instagram accounts so that they can see these freaking verses, right? And then as soon as it gets to a height of popularity, then you say to us, well, this isn't good enough. Your consumership isn't good enough. We need something else, something better. And then you wait for us to build it. And then when we build it, you take it away from us, make us feel bad for wanting to keep something that was built by us and that you sold it to us as for us, and then say, oh, we got to expand, we got to diversify, we got to open up the doors. You don't realize that, well, you do realize, but you don't care, that black people had to make spaces for them because we were left out of everything.
I was just about to say, we got to open up the doors. Why do we have to open up the doors when they don't? They clearly don't. We got to make our own lane. Like, let us have something. All right, my bad.
Especially when it becomes popular, then it's just like, okay, now everybody is on it. Let's open it up to everybody. Why can't everybody, black people as well, just enjoy it? You just can't enjoy. Let these black artists shine who do not get the shine that they needed back then, and let them have a new resurgence now. Let's bring, like, I love the whole thing with the Isley brothers. That was the Isley brothers in Earth, Wind, and Fire. That was a great cultural and generational moment, not just for black people. There were also non-black people who were watching it, realizing that these are artists that they never heard of, and realizing that the Ronald Isley has written like everything from their parents' lives to their lives. Yep. Discovering that, we're rediscovering some stuff. Why can't it just be a cultural celebration of African American artists? Why can't it be that? Why does it now have to be opened up to everybody? Justin Timberlake is extremely talented. I'm not going to take that away from him, but this is something for us. Even if he was a good ally, even if he was somebody who, did not treat Janet Jackson terribly, or, very important women in his life, Janet Jackson and Britney Spears, because I'm still sore about that. I will say that. But that aside, I still think it needs to be FUBU for us, by us. Absolutely. Everybody can enjoy, but just let this be something that we have, since as a people, everything that we create is taken from us. Can we just have this? But it's about money. Black capitalists won't save you.
That's what Makeup Addict said. What I was trying to think, I thought it was Carol's daughters, but it was Shea Moisture that started off black. And that was it Shea Moisture, or was it Carol's daughter? Shea Moisture started off black. And fully, the natural hair, that was all like the natural hair resurgence, or the surge, and it happened, and then sold it to, a larger corporation. I can't remember what corporation, but they sold it to a larger corporation. And now
Unilever owns everything. Yeah. So they got a nice little chunk of change out of that deal.
Yeah, they did.
Sorry, somebody in the comments said if Tina Marie was here, she want her there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
She was always invited to the cookout.
Tina Marie is biracial.
She at the damn grill. She made the potato salad. I'm not gonna go that far.
Biracial girl. Mm-hmm. Listen, y'all would just have to fight me, because Tina Marie would be at the verses. Oh, Tina Marie would be at the verses. I don't care. As soon as she hit square biz, y'all would lose it. Y'all would lose it. That's the only one.
Yep. Oh, Cameron said they could do Justin versus Pink and just get it over with. Wait, they didn't say and get it over with. I said that. but
that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I will love it. Just don't call it versus. Let's make it something else. Mm-hmm. Let's make it
that.
Mm-hmm. White artists who were forced into black voices.
Been pinked. Been pinked.
That's what we'll call it. Pinked.
Been pinked.
Been pinked.
Oh God.
That would be good because then like Justin Bieber could do it with Miley Cyrus.
With Miley Cyrus, I was going to say that too.
Wait, let's not give them no ideas.
No,
Sorry.
I will say this though. I feel the same way that you guys feel about Usher as well. I don't think he doesn't have anybody that can go up against him. Like he came out at 14 with a hit, Just Call Me On Mac. Hey, because I got it like that. Am I the only one who remembers Just Call Me a Mac? Preston, wow. You don't remember, Preston, you don't remember Just Call Me a Mac? You were probably a hater back then. Anyway.
It's probably before my time, so.
No, you were right there, sir. You were right there. Anyway, he came out, he's been working since he was like 14, right? And he has had this consistent career, consistent hits from that time on. Justin Timberlake has that, but he has that with a group. And then you get into his 20s and then you have those hits. I just don't feel like it'll be a fair matchup, to be real with you, career-wise and talent-wise. I think that Usher really doesn't have anybody in his lane. If you're going to
the comments are saying Neo. Folks in the comments are saying Neo and Usher.
Oh, I thought you said Leo. I was like, DiCaprio? What was he saying?
In the 2000s.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just.
He has a lot of hits.
Tevin Campbell.
Neil writes a lot.
Tevin Campbell.
What did you say, Katie?
Wait, go ahead, Katie.
When you said 14, I was like, what happened to Tevin Campbell?
I was my baby.
Girl, I'm ready to love you.
Yeah.
I love him.
I love Tevin.
This is the thing, Katie.
Yes.
Sis, I love you. Be very careful.
No, I'm not comparing him to Usher.
No. I'm not saying comparing. No. I'm not saying comparing. You said what happened to Tevin Campbell. The last person who said that got red. Oh my God. And then because Kevin, like some lady, I forget her name, but she tweeted who was Tevin Campbell, and he responded. He said, I'm Tevin Campbell. Got her together. And still to this day, he did an anniversary of that tweet. He was like, I'm still here, still making music.
I can sing all of his songs from that album. I really could. I love him.
He had a hit album. From Round and Round to what's the other one? Can We Talk?
Can We Talk? I listen to that every day. I love that song.
For a minute.
Nobody wants me to sing.
I want
to know your
Wait, we are all.
Forgot what it was.
But yeah, that's the thing. Tevin Campbell is good, but he just doesn't have the discography that Usher has. Mm-hmm. Nobody. I mean, if we're going to do it, then we're going to have to do maybe the only person I can think of is Beyonce. But again, you can't really put nobody up against Beyonce. I just feel like Usher needs to have his own verses. Beyonce can have her own verses. Justin Timberlake can go up against Pink and do what? What do we call it, guys? Pink.
I can say Pink.
Oh gosh. I'm going to answer two questions. Well, put up two comments and then we're going to move on to the next subject. Hey, Mello. Mello said also he hasn't contributed to the culture that much to try to put him on there. We can't even find someone for him to go up against. People talk about some Robin Thicke. Listen, I'm going to say this about Robin Thicke. I feel like if Robin came from a poor background, he would have been much bigger. I think Robin Thicke was very talented, but the after people found out that his dad was
Alan Thicke.
Growing pains.
I think that people were just like, you are a white man from Beverly Hills. Get out of here.
We had to come out when he first came out. Didn't he have like
long hair?
When I get you alone on a bike.
Yeah. Like he could sing, right? But he wasn't middle class. Like we accept Blue-Eyed Soul in this middle class. Like you got to be a John B. You can't be Robin Thicke. You coming from good soil. You ain't struggled a day in your life, and then you want to sing R&B. I just felt like his background, man, he should have lied.
Somebody in the comments said Mary J. and Usher. What do y'all think?
I don't know what they talking about. I don't know why they said that. I don't know who said that or why.
No, I don't think
dancer. I mean, he's a dancer. That's what I think of, right?
Like music to music. I think they got something there. Music to music. They came out around the same time. She came out a little before Usher.
You know what, Katie, I can't stand
What?
you. You just put something in my mind. Katie said that Usher is a dancer, and I just thought about him and Mary J. Blige battling it out.
How?
That would be
Yeah.
epic. I'm sorry. Yeah, come on, Saray. Yes, Mary.
Yeah. Y'all can't see, but I'm stomping my feet real hard.
Right. You got to. You get a Mary.
You know what? That would be great, but I just don't see it working. I think it would be good, but I think Mary would have to go up against somebody else, somebody from the 90s, because that's when we met her. We met Usher in the 90s too, but Mary was like a
late 90s.
superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mary was a superstar in the 90s, all of the 90s. So
Don't do that. She was a superstar in the 2000s as well.
No, I'm just saying when we met Mary, she was a superstar, okay?
What's the form?
They were produced by the same person.
Did he?
Did he?
Yep.
You know what?
Yep.
I just thought of something. It could be Diddy. Diddy and I would want to see a versus with Diddy and who else?
Well, they were teasing Diddy and Dr. Dre, but they both need to get paid. They're not going to do it without a lot of money. Diddy's involvement is the Ciroc being a sponsor or some shit. That's Diddy's.
That would be
What
that
about
would
Diddy
be
and Jermaine Dupri?
That would be good. Jermaine Dupri already did it, didn't he? Did he do it
Who
already?
did it? I don't know.
No. That was SWV and Escape.
Well, I know that. But why am I thinking Jermaine Dupri though?
Because he was their sound.
With Escape. Yeah, you're right.
That would be good though. Diddy and Dr. Oh my gosh.
Diddy and Dr. Dre would be really good.
I would have to rent out a theater.
Preston, timing wise, Dr. Dre was active before Diddy because
Way
they went NWA.
Way
and stuff.
before, yeah.
But as a producer, so maybe not as an individual contributor, but as a producer.
But I'm sorry.
somewhere.
Now I'm thinking about it. It wasn't way before. It's just we didn't know about Diddy as much.
Right. You're right.
NWA was the 90s. Diddy was pop. Diddy has been doing his thing since 92.
Yeah.
So
it's about the same.
it's about the same.
Make a bet. Bad Boy versus Death Row. I mean, that's nice.
Versus Death Row.
That's
I mean, they squashed that, Nikki.
No. They squashed it, but I feel like it would be sad more than it would be a fun experience. Because we definitely can't skip over the fact that, Tupac and Biggie are dead because, you know what I mean? Like, we couldn't skip over that. We could not.
So you said, they've been skirting around it for 20 years already, so they could do it for one more night.
Because they're going to play Hit 'Em Up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Literal shots fired.
They would have to.
Durant said literally shots fired. We got to move on.
No, I didn't even. Oh, shit. I didn't mean it. I'm all right. I'm done.
Oh God, we got a new saying. He got pinked. We got a new saying. Miss Brown Sugar said he got pinked in such a funny phrase because it makes it sound like something happened to him, when in fact JT brought into this image to amplify his image and sales for a very long time. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
we can move on. We gotta be real. Justin Timberlake had all the black girls in the world thinking that he could take us to prom. And he knew damn well that he couldn't. I was bamboozled as a child, hoodwinked, led astray.
Wow.
He knew, because let me tell you something. I'm grown, right? But I felt a little way when he got with Jessica Biel. I was like, wait a minute. You like white girls? When? Because I remember you was on 106 in Park talking about you got a weakness for sisters. Do y'all remember that?
Staring free down like he was about to sop her over the biscuit.
I got a weakness for sisters. No, you don't. You're allergic to them, apparently. Lies. Justice for JC. Justice for JC.
I was waiting for you to say it. I was waiting for you to say it.
You know what? Since we're all here and I have the platform, I would just like to apologize to JC Chazé. You were the backbone of that group.
Yes, he was.
I got caught up in the image of Justin Timberlake. They made me believe that I had a shot. I apologize to you. You are such a talented person. You need to have a versus. Now that one, I'll shut up. I'll let you do that.
I love JC.
Great writer. He
So
is
talented.
a talented singer, and you should have been a much bigger star.
True.
I'm feeling your Timbs, your baggy jeans, and your thug
And
appeal.
your thug appeal.
Oh,
Wait a
I
minute.
used to love
Jessica
that.
Biel used to date Chris Evans? Jessica Biel used to date Captain America?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
I got
Well, listen.
What is it? Christopher
Now,
Jamal.
wait a minute. We're not going to do that to Jessica. She was dating him when he wasn't Captain America.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So maybe he was just I was supposed to call him Fireboy. But he was in Fantastic
I don't
Four.
even think he was Johnny Storm.
Oh.
They were actually
He was the
engaged.
one that was on fire in one of the Fantastic Four movies. That was
They
Chris
were
Evans.
actually engaged. I
She
don't
was in
think-
that movie. Wait, that wasn't
No,
Jessica
Jessica
Biel.
Biel.
That
That's
wasn't
Jessica
Jessica Biel.
No, that's Jessica Alba, the other one.
Well, they
Getting your white people
dated.
confused. Getting your white people confused.
Don't do
I
that.
think
His
hers-
name is Jessica.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
Wow. What is that? Got like 2001 or some shit?
Yeah.
It has to be.
Oh
It
my
has
God.
to be.
And Sasha, no, JT ain't never dated no black woman. That was all a ruse.
Nope.
He couldn't bring us home.
Mhm.
Lying.
Mhm.
I'll never forget that. I remember watching 106 in Park and him saying that he was like, I got a weakness for sisters. Everybody was screaming. And when he said that, JC was like, JC looked at him like, you know you lying.
Wait, somebody just said that did JT date Jen?
It was
No.
never confirmed.
Oh.
It was a rumor. It was a rumor.
It was for, ratings and
Yeah,
stuff.
that was something that he bought into.
Right. Didn't y'all watch How to Get Away with Murder? I'm not How to Get Away with Murder. Scandal. Everything is baked. Everything is curated.
You know, as a Ray, I was like, were they on Scandal?
You gotta spin shit,
Spin it.
I love this. Wait, I'm coming in. Is it me? Oh, it's Preston. I love how we started one place and this is where we have ended up. This is where we have ended up.
And yes, he did in New Orleans
Yes.
at
That's why I bring
Absent
it up.
House. At Absent
Listen.
House.
Let me-
Rubbing on some girl's thigh.
Leg on the knee. On the knee.
With
Mhm.
no wedding ring on. Yep, he did.
Mhm.
And yes, Queen, Captain America is gorgeous. Christopher Jamal Evans is what we call him.
We were just talking about, no, we can't. We were just talking about him in my last live. We can't. He could not come
So
up with
fine.
us.
Okay.
I want to say this about that girl that was ribbing on Justin Timberlake. I'm coming in somebody's feed. Can y'all hear it? Okay, it's Araya. This is what I want to say about that. That poor girl, her career never recovered from that. You see what I'm saying? You know what? Justin Timberlake is very dangerous to a black woman.
He's toxic.
To
He's
career.
toxic.
He is very dangerous. Listen, black actresses or black entertainers, if you see Justin Timberlake coming down the street, cross the street and run. He is very dangerous because that girl's career, like, she was
But
really
weren't
blowing
they
up.
doing a movie together?
Yes.
Aren't they love interests in a movie that's supposed to be coming out or something like that?
I think it already came out on Apple, but guess what? You don't even in the trailer, you don't even know that the woman is in that movie. They like completely took her out. I haven't heard anything about what she was doing. And her career was really about to take off because she did that Raising Dion show on Netflix. Now you don't hear nothing about that girl.
Right. That was a good show, though. Right.
It's very dangerous. Fibroids and Justin Timberlake. Black woman,
Yeah.
stay woke. Stay woke.
Is Nikki still echoing, y'all?
Am
You
I?
better talk, Nick.
Hello, am I echoing? Am I echoing? No more echo?
Not for us. I can't.
Thank
Okay.
you. Latoya, I see what you're trying to do. I won't. I'm not gonna highlight that. It's not my business. Anyway. Let me get one more comment.
There's videos.
Okay. Let me just address this because there's a lie out on me. First of all, I had joined his fan club. Let me just be very honest with you. I was a child. I was not in my right mind. I had no idea what I was doing. I think this was right after his 106 appearance when he said that he had a weakness for sisters. So I thought that I had a shot. The fan club sent out this letter stating that if you want to be like a super fan, this is how you can do it. You can marry Justin Timberlake. not actually marry him, but they'll give you a marriage certificate that basically says that you are a super fan. That is what that was. My family saw the certificate. They thought that something was wrong with me mentally. I said, this is just something that people do in fan clubs. That's what that is. Thank you.
Toya, if you could please produce this marriage certificate, that would be great. That would be amazing. Please, thank you.
She'll never find it.
Right. Toya got all our
super
numbers
fan.
too. We don't need Nikki to be in the group chat. You can send it
I
right
was
to
a
us.
super fan. I was not mentally unstable. I was a child. Mind your business. Mind your business. I'm telling you, I'm skipping all your Chris Evans comments. We will not. Skip. He takes over my life every time. Is that a sign? Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to something like, oh God, I don't want to get into this, but we're just going to have to. So millennials are running out of time to build wealth. In almost every way measurable, millennials in the US at 40 are doing worse financially than the generations that have come before them. Fewer millennials own homes than their parents did at their age. They have more debt, especially student debt, and they simply aren't as wealthy. Now, if predictions are of a long post-COVID economic boom are to believe, this may be the last opportunity. This is it. The last opportunity an entire generation has to build wealth before heading off into retirement. Millennials, don't jump off the building. For Kelly Beach, a real estate attorney who turned 40 in April, that means starting by aggressively paying down her credit card debt. Beach has cycled between periods of carrying balances and paying it all off. I stayed afloat with credit cards, she said. I was just used to swiping and overspending. The pandemic jolted her into taking a hard look at her habits. Now I have this feeling like this fire of urgency. I'm not going to be in this place again. I can't wait to get out of this debt. I can't wait to save up for an emergency fund. And then it says, as millennials hit the point in their careers where people traditionally move into higher paying managerial roles, the pandemic hit. In 2020, the US economy contracted 3.5%. When the oldest baby boomer turned 40 in 1986, the economy expanded at a 3.5% rate. Now the US economy is humming again, with sectors like retail and manufacturing stronger than they were before in a pandemic. Stocks are at high records and wealth is swelling, especially for the wealthiest of Americans. It remains to be seen whether jobs and wages will catch up. So for the millennials who are in the chat, yeah, how are we doing? Like when I read that article, I was just like, oh, this is the life. There wasn't nothing new that I did not know. I think we all have looked back at our parents and you've seen their pictures, and they talked about doing things that we could not fathom doing today. Like buying a house is such a task. Even thinking about having children is like extremely expensive, but it wasn't for them. So our lives look a lot different than our parents because the wealth is not there. Our parents weren't straddled down with credit card debt or student loan debt. And that is student loan debt is one of the major things that is keeping millennials drowned in debt. So I was hoping that when we got this new president, that something will be done to that, so that at least we as a generation can start to gain the wealth that we were not able to access because of student loan debt. But that just does not seem like that's going to happen. So when all else fails, marry somebody wealthy. What do y'all think?
I have to talk about this right away.
Go ahead, Katie.
And I'm just going to say, I did just turn 40. Mm-hmm. And
congrats.
Thank you. I know you guys are only 25, but yes, I will admit my true age. But I'm just speaking for myself, but I will say I have been so irresponsible with money since the day that I could get a job and be a babysitter even. And I'm not blaming anyone because it does come down to me, but I have to say, and we weren't educated on how to deal with credit cards, bills, what bills need to be paid. That, you know, I just remember somebody handing me a credit card when I was 18 and being like, here you go. You know, I own up to my responsibility, you know, as far as finances. But I will say that I just don't think that our generation was ever taught, because our parents had an influx of money and it was the 80s and they were booming. And it was just like, yeah, let's go to this trip. Let's buy this. Let's do this. Let's do that. And we just weren't taught properly, I think.
Let me just piggyback off of that, and anybody else who wants to go can go. With us, credit cards, with the millennial generation, credit cards were not new, but like fairly new to us and introduced to us on college campuses. I don't know if it still happens today, but I remember back in the day, there was every kind of credit card company that was like lined up right where we go get our classes, and just like it was normal, right? As we're lining up, we're getting our classes, we're getting, you know, our books and where we need to go. Here are these like credit card stations allowed on campuses, telling kids that, oh, this is free money, not telling us about interest rates, not telling us how to pay it back, but, you know, really being predatory and taking advantage of a lot of young people who did not come from money, who needed that source of money to survive. I'm very thankful for my mom, because when she took me to college and everything, you know, she saw all that stuff happen. And she was like, don't sign up for that. Don't even get involved. But I would see a lot of teenagers. They're signing these teenagers up, getting these credit cards, because these kids just need money to eat, and then latch on the student debt, the student loan debt that we're having. Again, we're teenagers in a room. I remember being like 18, signing this like contract for $30,000, not knowing really what the implications, you know, what the fallout would be. Why am I a child in a room? My parent isn't present, was not even, you know, informed that this would happen. But before I go to class, I have to do all of this and sign all of this, not knowing what I'm really signing my life away to. And I think because of that, because of the credit card debt and because of the student loan debt, this generation has not been able to build, because we're paying back stuff that it was never intended for us to be able to pay back. We're paying back these ridiculous loans at these ridiculous interest rates for, you know, education in fields that we're probably not even working in.
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
And that's just, it's very unfortunate. And again, we thought there was some hope with this president who was talking very different. And unfortunately, we're being left in the dust again. That's my thoughts.
I don't know. I think I'm not putting it on. Somebody said in the comments that it was Vicky, I think, that it's not that we're bad with money. It's just I definitely agree that in a lot of careers, this generation is like being taken advantage of as far as salaries and whatnot goes. So we're also like not being paid adequately in some areas. So there's that. But then also just backing up a little bit, like financial literacy is not a thing in so many communities. And because because of that, then we don't know what the hell to do when, you know, if you didn't grow up being able to go like on this trip or that trip or whatever, and now you get to college and it's like, oh, hey, here's this credit card with some free money. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, bet, like I could do whatever I want with this. Like, nah. It's, you know, financial literacy is definitely something that I think can help future generations. But yeah, I'm gonna be working until I can't literally do anything else. Like I'm gonna be working until my last day, because like what is retirement?
I say that all the time.
What's retirement?
Overworked. That's what it is. It's crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That shit too. Sorry. Like, yeah. Come on.
Got to have a credit card to build credit. But you can't get approved for a credit card because you don't have credit.
That's like,
what?
I want the job, but you need to have experience to do the job. Well, how am I gonna get experience if nobody gives me the okay?
It's all a scam. It is all a scam that we are just not. We all got scammed. We all got scammed, and we are ending up paying some ridiculous amount. Oh, Preston, is that you? Is that you?
Oh, type in. Yeah, my bad.
We can hear your acrylic scraping on the desk. I love you. Gnarled fingers.
I was being nice, Nikki. I was being nice.
You were. Please don't roast me. I've lost my train of thought. I'm just thinking about your hands on the desk. Anyway, I just feel like, it's a scam. It's a scam specifically on the middle class and on the poor, because we can't get out of it. Like, we can't get out of it. The people who needed the money to help get access into certain spaces are still not able to get access into those spaces because we're still paying back the money that we used to give us hope that maybe we will be there. So it's unfortunate. And I honestly, unless there is a governmental action, I don't see us being able to get out of this. And it's unfortunate because a lot of great opportunities that our parents were able to receive when they were our age, we just don't have that.
That's very true. Yeah.
There's nothing to build and there's nothing left. And it's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. What is our retirement going to look like? Social Security and all that. I mean, is that even like, I don't know.
I'm marrying wealthy.
Well, Justin Timberlake, maybe.
JC.
JC.
I'm living off of Nikki.
Yeah, we're all going to be living off of my wealthy 93-year-old husband. Bianca said, there are credit cards that approve you if you have zero credit history and are now starting out and trying to build history. I started out with Capital One in 2018.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Also, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but you can, if you have, I believe it's Affirm and Klarna and Quad Pay, you can pay off your credit cards with that. If that's something you're interested in. I've been looking into that because that's something I'm thinking about doing because I do have Klarna and I do have Affirm, and it's been working for me. So, just putting that out there. Momi said, I'm a millennial, but because I was in a long-term relationship with someone who's Gen X. Okay. May, December, fall. What is it? December love? Anyway, I was able to pay off debt and own my first home. You go. Without that, I would not have been able to do it. Yeah. It's the education, it's financial literacy that a lot of us just don't have either. Because for our parents, this stuff wasn't even a thing. So how could they educate us on something that they just have no experience with? This was introduced to us.
What's funny is my parents actually scared me into getting a credit card. I didn't have a credit card until I was like in my 20s.
Oh, really?
They said, nope, you don't need a credit card. You don't need to get a credit card. Save up your money and, do what you need to do. And I've always kept that now. Don't get me wrong. When I did get a credit card, I went buck wild. And I ended up going over my limit and having to, pay it back and all these other things. But luckily, they were like, you don't need a credit card. Because I remember in college, they were just like, hey, here's this free money. Here's this free money. And I told them about it. I won't say it was a dumb thing because it was actually a smart thing. I told them about it, and they were like, no. And y'all knew my dad. My dad was like, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. I'm like, all right. So I'm glad that they scared me into not getting that credit card until I was older, and now I'm a lot more responsible with it. But when I first got it, it was like, ball out, where I'm going.
Yeah. Because you don't know anything about it. And the way they set it up on college campuses, it's just like, oh, this is going to be so great for you. They don't tell you the backstory. They don't let you know that if you're not responsible, you're going to be paying that all for a very long time. And there's going to be a lot of interest on it. So you won't even be able to pay back what you spent.
My first credit card was an Express card.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Don't do that. That hoity-toity, not American Express. Child. It was an express card from the store.
The store express.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking American Express.
No. I'm like, and I was
worried about express.
hell
I
no.
was like, all right, American Express.
That was my first
What kind of
card.
credit you had as a child?
I
Go
know,
ahead.
right? And then so that was my first credit card. I, jacked that all the way up. Like I was always buying random shit from Express or White Barn Candle or Victoria's Secret or Bath and Body Works. Like it worked at all those stores. So I'm just like, bet. Christmas gifts. Yeah, sure. Candles for everybody. And that like got totally jacked up. Then I started working at Express. So that just made it way worse because I'm like, I have a discount. I have this card. But once I decided to get rid of the card because it had destroyed my credit and I had to go into like paying it back and all that stuff. And I was working at Express. I refused to push the credit cards on people. And that was like kind of a thing that we needed to do. And where that Express was located, I'm talking about the one in Liberty Place. So where that's located, it's like a central area. Also, there are a bunch of colleges around there. So it was a shit ton of college students that were always coming in. And honestly, it's like, all right, you got to get 5 cards by the end of the night, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I ever signed anybody up for a credit card when I worked there. Because I'm like, no, I remember what that shit did to me. I'm not doing this to these kids. Now, if they ask for it, sure, whatever. But I will warn them as well. Be mindful, be careful. I'm dead ass.
Come on, auntie at that young age. Be careful.
I was a young auntie at the time.
Carmi Sandy said, I also believe part of the problem is that a lot of the jobs that we went to school for no longer exist. Also, our generation went through 2 financial crises in 2018 and 2020 and still have not received any kind of bailout after everything that we've lived through. No, now we're living through a pandemic. Like, y'all got to help us. We have lived through so much as a generation. Like, there needs to be some kind of help. Huli 1234 said, in the US, bank approved credit cards for students without parents' consent for in any case you can't pay. Wow, I am truly learning how US banking works. Oh, it's predatory.
It's awful.
Absolutely predatory. Same thing with our student loans. It's predatory.
They give us 6 months to get a job after you grad. Is it 6 months?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
And then you can defer for another year, but you get a penalty or something.
Yeah. And they're just waiting. They are just waiting for, the pandemic to like officially be over in their minds to just start coming for us again. I keep on saying we're in a pandemic.
I don't pick up my phone. I don't pick up my phone for any number because I know that that's what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
I don't have it. What job you think I got in the pandemic? Like, it's not going to happen. You're not getting your money. But we're not going to get any help. So we're going to have to figure it out. Times are running out. I read that article. I was just like, well, I didn't need the confirmation, but kind of knew. Oh, this is a good one. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. These comments are going so fast. I'm trying to get everything that I can. Huli said, in South Africa, the bank requires a parent's consent in case you can't pay back. Therefore, you are forced to tell your parents. Smart.
That is what we should do. I like that.
I mean, if you're applying for a loan, I think, or certain things, you do need a cosigner. But yeah, that should absolutely happen here.
Very smart. Ms. Brown Sugar said, while theoretically anyone can achieve the American dream systematically, and statistics bear it out, that means anyone, not everyone who wants to. Same as anyone could win Mega Millions. I agree. This is the last one, and then I'm going to move on. Alexis, the amount of rich dad, poor dad quotes I heard are coming back now. The book itself is a scam. That scammed the generation, and it started with our fathers. The way that book scammed our fathers, a mess, an absolute mess. So let's get into the final topic so I can get the divas out of here. And that is Monique. So this week, I believe Monique put out 2 videos. One was about the bonnet wearers that she saw while she was hold on. Well, that she saw
at the airport.
Yeah, she was at the airport. And then she had a lot of backlash for that. And then she put out another video, and there was more backlash from that. I think it's all about her delivery and some of the things that she said in the video as well. I personally think that she was coming from a wrong place, coming from a good place. I just vehemently disagree with her. So what I want to do is I want to play the videos back to back, and then we can get into it. Here's the first.
Hey, my sweet babies. So, it took me a minute to say what I'm getting ready to say, because I want to make sure I'm not saying it in judgment, and I want to make sure I'm saying it from a place of love. Y'all, some of y'all have given me the title of auntie, and I'm honored that y'all do that, right? But there are times where auntie got to talk to her babies and say some real shit. So yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy Club, right? And we got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10, right? And I'm excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited, like, all right, baby, let's go get them in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport, I saw so many, actually too many to count and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and their slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride in representing ourselves? When did we step away of, let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home? Let me make sure I'm representing the family I created, so that if I'm out in the street, I look like I have pride in myself. And I'm not saying no full face of makeup. I'm not saying no full front lace frontal. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, could you please comb your hair? And if you don't want to comb your hair, they got enough shit out here now, baby, where you can style yourself up and look like you have pride. I'm not saying you don't have pride, but the representation that you're showing, someone would have to ask you to know that you had it. So my sweet babies, for the ones that do call me auntie, I love you for real. Even the ones that don't, I love y'all asses too. But the babies that say auntie to me, please listen to auntie. Always have pride in your representation of you. It's not to get a man. It is just your representation of you, my sweet babies. So I'm just giving y'all a warning. If I see you in the streets, in the airport, in the Walmart, and you got a bonnet on and you got slippers on and you looking like, what the fuck? Aunt Nikki gonna tap you and say, hey, baby girl, show you what you worth. Show you what you deserve. So all of those posts that you see celebrities putting out there saying, hey, queen, hey, queen, hey, queen, well, can we start putting it into action? So I'm asking our wiser sisters, when we see our little babies out there looking like they just don't care, and I'm not saying y'all don't, it looks like it. Can we just tap them and say, baby girl, you deserve more than what you're showing. Represent you with pride, my babies. And that may be a part of us helping our community. Because if you look like you don't give a damn, how you going to be treated? So, when I say, hey, queen, I can only say it to the sisters that it belongs to. Because a lot of us are still in queen training. So if you're in queen training, stop being fearful of taking your position And queens don't walk around with bonnets and headscarves and slippers and pajamas. That's for the house. When you go outside, represent you, baby, like you are worthy and you deserve the title of Hey Queen. Nikki love y'all for real. And I ain't never gonna BS you. Stop wearing them damn bonnets and headscarves looking like don't nobody give a damn about you, nor do you give a damn about yourself. Because you beautiful. So represent it. I love y'all for real, my babies.
For your comment.
Hey, my sweet babies. I've been thinking long and hard about what I'm going to say in this post. Because the post that I did Friday in reference to us being the best us that we could be, it rubbed some people wrong. But I want to share this with y'all. And there were two people in my life that, had I taken a different attitude, I could have felt like they was rubbing me wrong. But I'm glad I took the attitude of appreciation and gratitude because they tapped me. And that was Patti LaBelle and Margaret Avery. Patti LaBelle had to tap me one night. We were getting ready to do a show, and I was in my feelings over some shit. And that woman had to come tap me and tell me, get myself together. And she didn't tell me with lollipop kisses and pancakes with syrup all over. She told me what I really needed to hear. And I was grateful for that night because it impacted my life. Miss Margaret Avery, I was grateful the night she called my dressing room. And she said to me, baby, focus on getting some more of that weight off of you because I see what you're doing. And I'm glad those two women love me enough that they would go out of their way to talk to me in a way that aunties, mamas, big sisters talk to their little sisters, nieces, grandbabies, daughters. I was grateful for that because it allowed me to think about things differently. Never once did I think those women were trying to be offensive. Did I think they were trying to be nasty or mean? I thought what it was nothing but love. So for you babies that have taken offense to what I've said, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with y'all being in your feelings about it. I'm okay with that. Because when you love somebody for real, I know y'all will get over that. And when y'all say, we will cancel your ass, well, they've tried that. And I'm still here to let y'all know I love you. And ain't nothing you can do about that. I love our community. And ain't nothing you can do about that. So if you're offended because I've said to you, you're a queen and you're beautiful, and when you wear that damn bonnet and your pajama pants and your slippers anywhere you go, don't you know you block your beauty? Don't you know you block your beauty? Let your beauty be seen and shown. See, remember the time we were raising hell because they didn't want us to wear our natural hair? They didn't want us to do the things we wanted to do with our natural beauty? Now, why ever would you block it? Why ever would you block it? So I'm unapologetic about what I said because I said it with nothing but love. And I said it with no judgment. For the sisters that got it, I'm glad. For the ones that didn't, I'll wait. But please know, Aunt Nikki gonna be right here. And when I gotta talk to you again, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do my part. And if I gotta tap you, it's a love tap, baby. It ain't no tap for me to kick your ass or be smart, because some of the responses y'all have given, I just know that y'all are young babies and you don't know any better just yet. But because I do, I won't match your energy. What I will do is love us through it. So please know, I still stand by what I said. And to the women that has tapped me out, I'm grateful and forever appreciative that y'all took the time out to love me when you didn't have to. So I hope for you babies that want to leave your little comments under the bottom, say whatever you want to say, but at the end say, I love you.
Oh my goodness. So we can cuss you out, but then say we love you at the end. right. So that was a lot. Who wants to go? Okay, I'll go. So the first thing. Oh wait, hold on.
Because you got on that. You got that on.
She put her bonnet on.
Nikki.
I'm putting on my helmet of salvation. Yes. I'm putting on my helmet of salvation.
Don't do that.
So I already gave my thoughts about this in the other video, but I just rewatching both videos. First of all, and it was mentioned, but I just got to put up Greta's comment because I was hollering.
Right.
Greta said, I'm not approaching sisters with a bonnet on her head and Bed-Stuy. Trust me, they got hands. That's the first thing I want to say. Listen, please, if you see somebody, let's be real, if you see a sister with a bonnet on and you feel like you need to tap her and tell her about herself, I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Don't do it. Because
it's not a good idea.
Responsible for your words, and you are also responsible for the reaction that you get if you tap somebody and tell them that they're not a queen and they don't have pride for themselves and they need to take off the bonnet and get back in queen training. Don't make that mistake. Also, how are you chastising us about how we look when you're on social media with no bra on in a bathrobe? My sweet baby, why did you come out looking like that? Because yes, you're in your home, right? But you're also, the world is seeing this.
Right.
Millions of followers. The world is seeing this. So why is it okay for you to look like that? But a sister who was protecting her hair on the flight can't do that. That's a new thing that I caught. Also, I could be wrong here, but like when she said it, I just had to say this. I feel like Margaret Avery was fat shaming her.
Absolutely.
Margaret Avery was fat shaming you. That was not a love tap.
That was not
trying to help you. For her to look at you and say, "Oh, baby, you got to get some more weight off you. You got to go a little bit harder, baby." That was fat shaming. That was fat shaming. She was telling you that how you look in your body right now is not good enough. You got to go farther with whatever that you were doing. I didn't feel like that was helping to Monique at all. Also, the first video and the second video, extremely condescending, to bring up, they tried to cancel me. You can keep on you go from auntie to being nice, nasty. So which one is it? Do you want us to hear you and listen to you? Or do you just want to be the nasty aunt? And you see how we're treating a nasty aunt today. It's a new generation. It's a new time. This is, you have to, if you want respect, you got to give respect. If you want to be an auntie, you have to treat me like I'm your niece. If you're not giving that, you're not going to get it back. We're grown. It's not going to happen. Please do not walk up on people and pull them aside. And yes, I honestly get that you have to look like or dress how you want to be treated, or, how you want to be presented. I'm not saying that, wearing the bonnet, you should be wearing a bonnet to fine dining. I am saying if you want to do it, that's not anybody's business. I am saying that Black women should be able to leave the house and have to only be responsible for their individual life. We should not have to be everything for everybody. Now, if I'm flying a flight, I got freaking anxiety because I know that now I got to lay my head on this nasty airplane seat that everybody in their mama's head been laying on, because if I put on my bonnet, I'm disrespecting my entire culture. It's too much. We carry too much alone. That's not for us to carry. Now you're putting something else on us. It's too much. It's not fair. Monique, love and respect her. She was dead wrong. I cannot agree to that. We deal with enough. Now we got to deal with this freaking bonnet crisis. And I said it in my last video. The only reason why y'all stopped telling young Black men to pull up their pants and not wear a do-rag is because they started beating y'all up and shooting y'all. Now y'all don't have nothing to say anymore, because when they started shooting y'all in your behinds, y'all left y'all stopped harassing them young Black men about pulling up their pants and not wearing the do-rag. Now it's high fashion. Now everybody's wearing it. Leave my bonnet alone. Let it become a high fashion so that you can be finally happy that I am wearing something now that everybody wants to wear and everybody finds acceptable, because it has absolutely nothing to do with how I'm being treated or me being the queen, because with or without the bonnet, I'm still going to get the same treatment because I'm walking with this skin that I cannot take off. That's all I wanted to say. Who wants to jump in?
So there are so many comments that I have to call out because I'm
gonna try to highlight them as much as I can.
Shit, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said that Preston has on the do-rag of divinity, and I lost it. and then Rini Den called, she said, but the bonnet is a salvation. It's a barrier of bacteria on the plane. Oh my God. But yeah, like, and then Michael J. Wait, no, Michael J didn't say it. Michael J laughed at it. I'm sorry. We'll find who said it, but that shit was hilarious. But yeah, somebody else said that family members, like we have plenty of family members, Anissa Marie. We have plenty of family, Anissa probably, sorry girl. We have plenty of family members that like actual aunties, like blood relatives and whatnot, that run up and say shit like this. And it's like, as we grow up and we're adults now, I choose the spaces I want to be in, right? Like I'm not, just because you're an auntie doesn't make it okay for you to say that. But see, Monique she is at an age where like how does she not see that woman was fat shaming her? It was just like, oh, that's just what they're supposed to say. Like, that's my auntie looking out for me. No, that is toxic. That's fucked up. And me right now, if I'm in a space with aunts and it's, well, when are you going to get married? Or like, you really going to you're not going to dye your gray hair? Or do you know what's going to happen? Y'all going to see me less and less in that space or not at all? So, she ain't got no place to tell nobody what they should and shouldn't be wearing outside. How do you know that I do not take pride in myself because I'm wearing a fucking bonnet in the airport? So I just have I do not love myself at all. Just because I'm wearing a bonnet at the airport. But then also, saying like the bonnet at the airport. Now, I will say that personally, people who wear slippers outside, that really gives me anxiety. I don't care if that really does. Now I have, got on a plane if I'm on a long flight and take my shoes off and put on like some comfortable. I'm not getting up from the seat though. Like I'm going to the bathroom, put my actual shoes on. I'm not going to step in an airplane bathroom with slippers. That is just weird. But
see, that's my thing. I'm just like, I see people in slippers. Like, we're from Philly. I've seen people in slippers of all cultures and pajamas of all cultures. But the thing is, I'm not looking at them like, well, you don't love yourself. I'm looking at them like, I know your house is dirty. Because if you walking out in the street in them slippers and taking them slippers back into the house, at least that floor is filthy. That's it. I'm not thinking you don't love yourself. I'm just thinking that maybe you don't take care of your carpet. Go ahead, Zarel.
That's just, she was way like just super out of pocket, like both times. And she tripled down on it the second time. And then, you tried to cancel me. Those laughs were killing me.
Yes. Because it was so nice, nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Like, are you teaching or what? How did the auntie thing automatically leave you when we push back with critiques? Because I think, and it might not just be the Black community, but I'm just speaking from that. We have this thing with respect, and the respect, in my opinion, goes far beyond what we should be respecting. It's just because you're my elder, you can say whatever you want to me and treat me any kind of way. And because you're my elder, I have to take it. Not today, Satan.
But that's how she grew up. That's how she grew up. And for the most part, that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
Until recently.
Yep.
Like it's honestly been the last, 6 years for me at this big age. Sorry, medium age. And Nikki, I don't know how old we are. But for the last 6 years, I have been like I am now more comfortable in taking that stand for myself because I've absolutely removed myself from familial situations because that's how it's rolled. It's like, no, I'm cool because that doesn't make me feel good. And I do not have to subject myself. I pay all the bills over here. I ain't got to subject myself to nothing at all. And that's how I feel about Monique. Lady, because you ain't my auntie. chill. You need to chill. This is a lot. You're not responsible for us. We're responsible for ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a lot. It's like she just contradicted herself. She's sitting there in a robe. I know you already said it, but she's sitting there in a robe, and she's at home. Yet she has millions of followers that are looking at this lady say, "Hey, why are you dressed like that? Why do you look like that? You're not looking like a queen." But, ma'am, if people are at the airport, if I'm at the airport, I'm wearing this do-rag. I might have on a tank top, and I might have on like some sweatpants and a hoodie, because guess what? I want to be comfortable on this long flight that I paid hundreds of dollars for. So if I want to be comfortable, I want to be comfortable, and I'm going to be comfortable. Now, this is another black lady. I'm sorry.
No.
I just think that she was wrong on this one. And once again, I think Monique's a great talent, but sometimes, and this was ignorant and wrong. I'm going to be comfortable. No, this is me all day.
A few people, minding your what you say, minding your business is free as hell. But a fake, okay, but a fake costs a hand, 2 fingers. Wait, shit, that was funny.
I was trying to find it.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Like, nah, she's bugging. Somebody said like the only time I'm dressed to the nines at the airport is if I got a meeting at the airport. And like the only time I've ever been dressed on a flight is if I am traveling to a meeting and there's literally no time to even like pit stop at the hotel to change, right? If I'm going airport to tape to boardroom, like fine. I might still have a scarf on my head though.
I have bring up a good point though, because I didn't realize this about myself, but I will not go out in slippers. And I don't like when other people go out with my slippers on. I'm like, no, don't go out. I will take off my slippers, put on my sneakers just to go to the bodega. That's literally down. They come back, take off my sneakers, and then put on my slippers. But I didn't realize that until y'all just said something. That looks dirty to me. And then I'm thinking about that getting back into my house. Mm-hmm. That's where I draw the line. The slippers is where I draw the line.
Yeah.
But
yeah. the pajamas and all that stuff. Listen, being somebody from Philly, you are not walking up to anybody of any culture in pajamas. I'm telling you that right now. You are not walking up to them, telling them they don't have respect for yourself. You will get clocked. Whatever
culture. No matter what culture, you will catch them hands in Philly. Don't do that in Philly. And who's going to, how about that? Who's going to go up to Monique and tap her? And she's not going to do the same thing. Don't tap nobody, Monique. Yep. You can get tapped.
Don't tap, and especially don't tap nobody in Philly. A bonnet, pajamas, whatever. You will get your skull rocked no matter the culture. I'm telling you that right now. Just know, I warned you. I warned you before you tried it. Don't do it, especially in the Northeast. They love a little pajama at the Acme, okay? So just know, I've warned you. Before I highlight a comment, Katie, do you have anything to say about you and your bonnets?
Yeah. What happened to just raising people up? Why, like, what is that about? Why? I don't know. Of course, I agree with you guys. I want to be comfortable at the airport, and she's a celebrity. She has a stage. She has a platform. I just don't understand. I don't understand the negativity. She needs to just stay. I don't know. I agree.
Stay in your lane. You can say you got to stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
I absolutely agree.
I was reading about it. I did not watch the video until right now. And a lot of it was really shocking. So,
yeah. And unfortunate, especially, this is what I will say, with a lot of celebrities, a lot of you, I'm not saying just shut up and act or shut up and entertain, but I think a lot of you need to, before you post how you feel about certain things, run it, bounce it off of a publicist. I would start there. And just people in your life who love you and also eat off of you and want the money to continue, because they will make a smart decision. What you say, Press?
Bounce it off your group chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I will bounce things off of you before, and I do it all the time with y'all. I bounce things off of you before anybody sees it on social media. I'll put it in the group chat. Like, does this make sense? Does this? And look, I just did it to Soraya the other day, and y'all didn't see what I was going to put up because she said no.
See, See, that's what I would say, because you ruin your brand, because there are a lot of people that agree with Monique. There are a lot of people that disagree. But like having the reaction like Katie was like, I didn't see that. And that's a lot to take in. I think it's best for you, especially if by your talent is how you make money, for you to maintain that image that has brought people to your platform in the first place. When you just have something in your spirit and you need to say it, as somebody with this kind of platform and career, maybe you should bounce it off somebody first, because not everybody will see you in that way and still want to consume your content. Because I think for me, because I've just grown up with Monique and I've seen, just her growth. I've seen her trials and tribulations. And I think for me, it's more nostalgia of who she was that I hold on to than some of the spiraling that I'm seeing right now as she goes off into auntie, which makes me very afraid to age, because I'm just like, I don't want to become this person where I'm just like, I'm older and I'm like, hey, sweet baby.
We won't let you.
You won't. We will not let you.
I see you wearing them cargo shorts. I wouldn't do that if I was you. Like, I don't want to be that. It's very terrifying. And it's so sad, because we've seen who she was. We've seen how she killed it as the host of the BET Awards, how she opened up doors for heavier women and Black women as well. And to see her taking this stance on a platform, agree to disagree, but it's like you are speaking down to your audience on a huge platform, on the audience that supported you, even when the rest of the entertainment industry, or sometimes our men, didn't. I just felt like it was disappointing. It was really, really disappointing. She could have said it a different way.
But I have to bring up two comments. Someone, where is it? Haha, tap Monique, shave your legs. And Miss Parker would have let us wear our bonnet.
I knew you saw that one. I knew you saw that one.
Wait, okay. I'm gonna go and try to find it. But before I do it, I want to bring this comment up because we did talk about it earlier. Hey, Lifestyle with Abby. Lifestyle with Abby said, I didn't take this message as appeasing another group of people in respectability politics. This was simply about showing self-respect and having pride. The woman would appear not to care in a PJ's ensemble. Thank you for sharing your viewpoint, Lifestyle with Abby. I just happen to disagree. I think that how we dress, and listen, I'm not saying it doesn't matter, right? I'm saying the problem is it does matter. And I think that, and I believe that this is because a certain class established what is appropriate and what is inappropriate. And a lot of things that they established that was inappropriate was things that were done by a lower class or a marginalized group of people. So a lot of things that we have in our mind that is low class or, unkept or something that should not be done is an idea that was not formed by us. It was an idea that was formed for us by the ruling class. But thank you so much, Lifestyle with Abby, for sharing your opinion.
There's one thing, and I think it's a time and place for everything. And
absolutely,
the place that she was talking about is not where everybody needs to show up and be grand and be a queen. Like that's just not it. It's just not it. I mean, I get what, I'm sorry, I forgot what her name is. I get what
Lifestyle with Abby.
Lifestyle with Abby. I do get what your comment is saying, but I think that there's a time and a place for everything. And airport, fair game.
Literally fair game. Yep. Fair game.
And we also have to realize a lot of these people are traveling like 20 hours. 20 hours. I'm not traveling in a ball gown and a crown if I'm doing any flight, but it's just let people be comfortable. Like I guarantee you the same imaginary sisters that she saw sprawled all over the airport in bonnets are not going to show up to, the White House like that. Right. They're not going to show up to a dinner like that. Yeah, they're not going to show up to their favorite restaurant. If it's a TGI Fridays, maybe, but any other restaurant, they're not going to show up like that. So she was just doing, I honestly believe that Monique was doing the most and hopping on the topic that was already trending. Because Plies was getting dragged because he made a comment about he better not see any women, in the airport or around him with a bonnet on. And it became a trending topic on Twitter. And then Monique jumped in to it. So y'all can talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go try to find the comments that you were talking about.
Silly.
Well, I wanted to also bring up the fat shaming again, because it's something that's happened in my life constantly. And people think they're being nice, and they think they're, like building you up. And I mean, for Monique to kind of say that about her, I don't know, that kind of that really hit me, because I know that feeling, and let people just be who they are, especially with
she didn't recognize that.
Right. I was about to say, she didn't see it as like a what thing.
Come on.
She still doesn't see it. She still doesn't see it as a thing. That's the thing.
No, she doesn't.
She still doesn't see it. So
well, if that protects her emotions, then let it protect her emotions, I guess.
Right. Auntie yourself. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
Black women alone.
Leave us be. Sorry, y'all. The soothing sounds of Brooklyn were coming through.
I also wanted to say, like, come on. I'm going back to the road. Like, y'all, I have like 4 people in the other room, and I had to set up this room to be on this live. She has millions of dollars. I do not. Ma'am, why do I hear kids crying? Why do I hear your phone? I hear all types of stuff. I don't know what I heard at the end, but I know Nikki heard that too.
Listen, we heard
I as well.
Getting clapped. Somebody was getting their cheeks clapped right by them kids. We all had the same reaction. We were like,
ma'am, you have millions of dollars. Why do I hear this stuff?
Shud said Monique won an Oscar in a bonnet with a cigarette in her hand. She absolutely did. She did.
She sure did.
She did.
One of the best performances ever, but she sure did.
Yo! I wish I could find these comments as fast as y'all, because I do want to highlight that. That is going. Shad. Come on. This is the one y'all were talking about, JB. Minding her business is free as hell, but a fade costs a hand or two with some fingers involved. Child. I think that when you guys all talked about it, what was missing was the fact that Monique is talking about how they're dressed in a certain place where comfort is the norm. Like, she was not seeing these women at a formal place, and it's just there was no need. I think she just honestly hopped on a trending topic. That's all. And it's a shame. It absolutely is a shame. And unfortunately, she's going to get a lot of people assaulted. I really think that a lot of people.
Do you think people are actually going to do it?
I hope
somebody, one of the millions of followers is going to do it. I'm telling you, they're going to do it, and we're going to hear about it. There were people drinking bleach. Remember that?
Now listen, okay.
There were people drinking bleach to kill COVID. There's going to be somebody who listens to Monique, and they're going to tap the wrong person. I really hope you don't do it in Philadelphia. I tried to warn you.
Or Brooklyn.
Or Brooklyn, yes. Or Bed-Stuy. I tried to warn you. Guys. Oh, there it is. We found it. Monique won an Oscar in a bonnet with a cigarette in her hand. That's the truth. That's the truth. We had another subject to talk about, but we have went over. We went over time. What I would love to do is have the group chat back so we can talk about some more stuff, because I know you all enjoy them. I love them. So y'all love me. So of course y'all would enjoy the group chat. Thank you all so much for joining us. We had a really great time. We had a good little kiki in the comments, and we had some a great discussion about some trending topics this week. I'm going to try to get the divas back. I'm going to do my best. I don't know when I can, so I'm not going to make any promises. The promise that I will make is that I will try to get them back. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you, divas. I love your opinion. I'm so glad that everybody can get to see you and see your great talent, and they're responding to you guys as well as the way that I would, because you guys are just so smart, so talented, and so amazing. And I'm so blessed to be your bestie. Thank you, my loves, for joining me. Thank you, everybody in the comments. Thank you, Star family, for joining me. We had a great time. We're definitely going to do this again. See you soon. Be safe. Don't tap nobody.
Don't Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't
Nobody.
do it.
Do it.
Don't tap nobody. Love you, family. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody.
Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. Oh gosh, Shonda, I did promise people that they could come up, but I'll do better next time because we went over time. We were supposed to only do this for a certain amount of time, and I got to release the divas. I do apologize. I'll do better next time, family. So sorry. Thank you so much, Shonda, for reminding me. I'll do better next time. I got to release the divas. If I had them longer, we would be here all night, but I got to let my divas go. Next time. Sorry, family. Bye.
Bye, y'all.